Pretty quick aside. I'm uploading a video right now about gang stalking. And about 30 seconds after I had mentioned owing my landlady rent, 8 days overdue, and my reasons, at 5 past midnight, some 8 seconds after I finished recording, I got a text from her asking me if she could have the rent. I stopped believing in coincidence in 2007, and frankly that just confirms my belief that I am being gang-stalked. However, that is not the subject matter of this video. It's an aside, a kind of postscript to another video. The subject matter of this one goes back to what I talked about a great deal in the book that nobody's seen. Baby swapping. Twinning, baby swapping, baby deaths, etc. Imported babies, exported babies. I haven't said in vitro fertilization, but I'm sure that was a good part of it. So, I do wonder what was going on in November 1980, which was my first attempt at drying out from alcohol. It took place in the Royal Southampton Hospital on A ward, which I mistakenly thought stood for alcoholics, and was horrified by the state of some of my fellow patients, only to discover that many of them were diagnosed as psychotic, although I personally believe that the drugs that they were given were having a worse effect on them than whatever illnesses they actually did have. Anyway, to the point. While I was on this ward, I successfully came off booze 5 years later. While I was on this ward, in November 1980, I met a woman who was the spitting image of my best friend in school. And I will name her. Her name was Sue DeFort. And her birthday was the 27th of March. And I met this woman, who admittedly was Austrian. Her name was Rosa Marie, like Rosemary. But it was pronounced Rosa Marie. Naturally, we got talking. Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes. I thought it was Sue DeFort. She could have been her identical twin. And as we got talking, her birthday came up. Same birthday, 27th of March. Well, at the time, I did believe in coincidence. I really, really don't anymore. I think the hand of man is in every coincidence there ever was. Or just about. What I'm wondering right now, and again, while I was out this evening with my dog, which wasn't for just long enough to adversely affect my lungs, I got thinking. I usually do when I'm out. Think more clearly. And for some reason, Rosa Marie popped into my mind. I never have forgotten her, partly because I promised to keep in touch and did not keep my promise. She was diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic. Diagnosed, that is. I found her a very intelligent companion. Enjoyed her company very much. But she had got into this state after joining the Rosicrusians. And she'd been a mental health nurse in Austria. Married an Englishman, Rosa Marie Murphy. Sorry, of course, being roughly my age, she may well be alive. I don't know where. Only months between us in age. And the paranoia part was because she believed the Mafia was following her. At the time, I thought, like everybody else, oh dear, she must be mad. Now I wonder. I mean, the Mafia, organised crime. I know so much about organised crime now, and I do believe I am being gang-stalked, and in fact I'm certain I'm being gang-stalked, and have been for a very long time. There was a quiet sort of period when I was in Godgraig, in the Brecon Beacons, when I was left alone. And in the video I'm uploading about gang stalking, I said that it had been going on for the last 3 years. Actually, it's more like the last 6, since I uploaded Deadly Daddy to the ether. Although nobody seems to be able to find it there. Rosemary. The spitting image of my friend Sue Defort, and sharing the same birthday. What might have gone on there? At which point I will be written off as paranoid and lose all credibility, and okay. What might have been going on there is that they were twins. Separated at birth. One sent to a good Germanic family in, I don't believe it. Was it Austria or Switzerland? I've just said. I confess I'm having some memory problems, which I'm putting down to stress, not Alzheimer's. Austria. Sue Defort was rather clearly of French descent, or so it seemed. Her home very similar to my home. She couldn't have friends in. I never went into her home, ever. So I'm going to suppose for a moment that perhaps they were twins, separated at birth, one sent to a good Germanic family in Austria. So often in my life, I discover that the friends I think I made myself were actually introduced into my life by my father. Could equally well have been the case with Sue Defort. Rosemary. I'm thinking about her.